Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Clixin It. I, like always, am your host, Adam. So I thought I'd do something a little bit different today. We've been doing a lot of podcasts lately. We've been not doing a lot of videos, but I am wanting to do a different couple of videos. And one I thought I would do is I'd make two teams. I'd go over both of them, and then you guys would vote which team you think would win. Now, I'm not taking in consideration like map or anything like that, just because I have no idea what maps these teams would be best on, but for the first part I'm going for two teams, 700 points, golden age, just so I can fit some more useful figures on there. And I'm doing like a dark side versus Thanos team. So the very first team, and I'll bring up the version here, is so it's dark side from the new JLA. It's Lex Luthor at his 100 points from Rebirth. It's Superman, God of Strength from Harley Quinn. It's Big Barda, not the Prime, from Harley Quinn. And it's the Sade, however you want to say it, from World's Finest. And the only reason, I should say the only reason, but he was 75 points. I had 75 points left over, and I thought it was just fitting that he would be on Darkseid's team. So first you got Darkseid. We all know what he does. He's got incredible stats. He's got contestants. He's got the Omega Beam where you roll two dice, and then you can move it in the order of the dice that you rolled. Either way, and if it crosses through a character, you make a close combat attack. If it crosses through blocking, you destroy it. Then he's got Boom Tomb Arrival, which is phasing teleport. When this character uses it, his speed value is 12, and then you remove an action token from him. And then he's got Cruel Ruler of Apokolips. He's got Mastermind, and he heals after he uses Mastermind. And then Apocalypse Armor, which basically lets him get Impervious on 4 through 6, and he can ignore penetrating damage from lower point people. Then we have Lex Luthor, who has that protected outwit, which is just great. He's got the defense power where he only takes 1 damage from the very first attack. And then he's got leadership and outwit. So that will be useful for taking it off maybe Thanos. Then we have Superman, God of Strength, who I do like except for his last couple clicks. But he's got opposing characters within 6 can't use lower point or can't pick up objects if they're lower points. He's got I'll show you true strength, super strength. Superman, God of Strength, may hold 2 objects, and he may pick up or put down an object twice during a move. When he's given a close object action while holding 2 objects, you may modify attack by +1 and damage if you do KO the second object in addition to the first. So that's always a great one. And then he's got each time Superman God of Strength is targeted with a close attack, you may reroll 1 die resulted in the attack roll, which is just amazing. So he's another flyer for the team. And then you got Big Barda, who's just a nice running shot Psychic Blast person. And then she also is protected Outwit, Perplex, Exploit, and Psychic Blast. And then she also has another leadership, but if she gets it, she gets empowered or enhancement for that turn. And finally, Desed, like I said, doesn't do too much, but he has the serving the strongest leader. Basically, he picks Darkseid as his master. And what that does is that if Desed is targeted by a character and his master is within 7, it doesn't need Night on Fire, but then he can get the defense from his master, which would be Darkseid, which he would get that 19 defense. And then he's got Outwit, and then after actions resolved, he can use Perplex, targeting the same opposing character. So he's just a good support piece. Little pricey, but he's got that 12 phasing, and he can go pretty much anywhere he wants. So I thought this would be a really good team. And then on the other hand, we have Thanos, and I went with Black Order. So we got the super rare Thanos from Battle Worlds, sorry. And I have him at his 150 point value. I'll tell you why in a second. So he's got that running shot, Psychic Blast. The Colossal Stamina is nice and modifies attack by +1 against Battle World people. That's not going to matter in this fight. We got Proxima Midnight, which is just a good running shot, Psychic Blast person. Plus she ignores characters while adjacent to him for range attacks. She's got the Obsidian, which is great, which is when a Proxima Midnight is KO'd by an opposing character, after resolutions deal damage to the character equal to the last amount of damage dealt to Proximata. This damage can't be reduced below 1, which is just a great power. And then the Spear of Proxima Midnight, Psychic Blast, and when she uses it, hit characters gain immobile. Then we got Corvus Glaives, which is a leadership piece, which I love. He's got the Obsidian, and then he's got a couple things at the end of his dial, which are okay. He's got the super strength where he can make objects, and then he's got the combat reflexes and regen for free, but only if he's holding an object. And then we have Ebony Maw, who's just great in my opinion. He's got triple target mind control if he wants to. He's got the Obsidian. He's got mind control poison. When he uses poison, all characters that are hit with mind control are considered adjacent to him. So kind of like what Black Manta had from Rebirth. He's got perfect TK, telekinesis, when Ebony Maw uses it to make a close attack. Modify his attack by +2 and increases damage by +1, so that's really good. And then he's got his last one, Outwit Perplex, when Ebony Maw uses either target... when Ebony Maw uses either to target an opposing character once per turn after resolutions, you and that opponent roll a d6. If your result is higher, Ebony Maw may target the same character with the same power or additional time this turn. So he basically gets double Outwit if you're able to pull it off. And then we got another big hitter, Challenger. We know what he does. He's got at the beginning of the game, if an opposent force includes additional game effect, you get to bump him up that one more click, which would give him a 13, 11, 18, 4, which you're hoping they will. And then he's got the Game of the World. At the beginning of the game, generate 4 pyramid markers, we'll just call them. I'm not sure how you say that. You generate 3. I'm sorry, not 4. You generate 3. Your opponent generates 4. And when Challenger would take damage, he may instead remove a paramoid marker within 6 squares, and he takes no damage instead. Or the opposing characters can do power action to remove them if they're next to him. And then he just has his last click, which is just stupid too, is Stop Invincible. Free once per game. Make up to 4 attacks, close or range, in any combination, each targeting a different opposing character. So he's one you really want to get up there in someone's face and just kind of do a little suicide bombing with him. And then lastly, we got Supergiant. And now the reason I had Thanos at 150 and not 200 was because I felt I needed one more offensive piece on this team. So I brought in her for 75 points. She is a mind controller. She doesn't do too much unless she does mind control people. Then she gets those vampire clicks on the last 2, or the front half of her dial, which is just mind control and in cap when Supergiant uses either. It hits one of the more opposing characters. After resolutions, heal her 1 click past her starting line. So it's vampire, but with mind control and TK. And then lastly, we got the Soul Gem on, I think, probably Thanos. Maybe Challenger, because he'd be a little bit hard to hit, but Thanos is kind of the boss of the Black Order, so why not put that on him? So those are my 2 teams. Let me know what you guys think. I think it's going to be a tough battle. I have play tested a few times, but I'm not going to say who kind of was winning on either one of those because I want to see what you guys think. So just leave a comment below who you think would win, either the Black Order or Apokolips. In my opinion, it's really close. I mean, the fact that Darkseid can just mastermind everything to Lex Luthor or Superman or Barda, who've all got great reducers. This adds a decent one because he's not doing too much for your team, but he is doing enough offensively to outwit maybe some defensive powers or offensive powers, and then that won't hurt you. But on the other hand, the other team has got a lot of attackers. Everyone on here pretty much is an attacker. On the Apokolips team, you really only got 4 attackers, and then with a support piece. But you got Thanos, Proxima. I mean, you got range, you got close combat. You don't have Outwit, which kind of hurts. I'm sorry, Ebony Maw does have Outwit. And both teams have prob. You got theme probs over here. You got natural prob by Thanos and maybe Challenger, and then theme prob there. But I think it'd be a really good battle. I have no idea what maps you would want to do for either of these guys. Maybe something a little more close combat with this team than Darkseid, because Darkseid is kind of rangy. Actually, not really. Darkseid does have charge with that. He does have the Omega Beam. So maybe if Black Order one, you want something with more blocking, because when that Omega Beam goes through blocking, it just kind of disappears. But I don't know. It's going to be a tough call. In my thought, my guess would be Black Order would maybe just edge out. It depends if you can quickly get through all of Darkseid's other people. You know, Superman's going to be hard to take down. He's got pretty good reducers. Big Barda, not so much. 1 good hit, and she's pretty much useless. Lex Luthor, you know, he's got 3 clicks of taking 1 damage no matter what. And he's got an outwit. Darkseid's really your big hitter from this team. So I think Black Order just edges out because there's just too much firepower coming at you from that team. So that's what I was thinking for doing some videos as of lately, just to give you guys some more content besides the podcast. So let me know what you guys think about this team. Let me know who you guys think are going to win. And if you want to see more videos like this, let me know. Let me know what you want to see. I know we're all stuck in the house right now, and we really have nothing better to do right now than to talk clicks. That's why we started the podcast on Clixin It. But let me know what you guys want to see. If you just want to see me do reviews, if you want to do us to do more podcasts or maybe video podcasts with each other to throw up on YouTube, that might be fun. Or if you like this idea where I just make two teams, you guys vote and we have a discussion of who we think would win. And also, lastly, if you would consider joining our Patreon, we do have a Discord for our Patreon if you are a rare or higher. And then you guys can be involved in discussions, rules discussions, previews, giveaways, all that kind of fun stuff on our Patreon page when you get on our Discord page if you become a patron. So thanks as always. Make sure you guys are staying safe out there. And as always, keep clicking it.